My name's Neil Thomas. We're here at the Beach Lawns Hotel, and my guest today is none other than Kim Alexandra, hairstylist. How's it going, Kim?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, all good.
You ready to talk hair?
Is this your first podcast, or is this all new?
Yeah.
I was actually saying the last guest all new to me too, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And I know nothing about hair, nothing about styling, so this is going to be all new, and you're going to be full information for me today.
Oh, I'm going to tell you everything about curly hair and everything you ever didn't know you needed to know.
Take me right back to the start. So when did you become a hairdresser? When did you get into doing hair? What were you even doing before that, and how did it fall to becoming into a hairdresser? Take me right back.
So my mum was a hairdresser, so I was her junior from I was 12 years old, well, 11 maybe. And I worked in the salon for years, but never really wanted to be a hairdresser. And then suddenly decided, I might want to do this. So at 19, I'd then done like a couple of admin jobs, got into hairdressing, and then loved it for a while, and then got bored. I totally think I'm undiagnosed ADHD.
Right.
So I got bored, went to live in Tenerife for a while.
Oh, class.
And then came back, did hairdressing again, got bored, went and started a chemistry degree. Didn't like that. So I never really kind of fell in love with hair until I was in my, late 30s, just about to turn 40. And COVID hit. And then I started to really educate myself on hair.
Yeah.
And I'd always said I was a good hairdresser.
Aye.
But when I started to really educate myself about hair and in the ins and outs of hair, I fell back in love with something that has always been in the background.
Aye.
And then just started consuming all of these courses that were available. And then that's when I kind of fell in love with doing curly hair.
Because and you had a great training of, if your mother was a hairdresser.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had such a background in it.
Yeah.
And whenever you were away in like Tenerife and stuff, did you do anything to do with hair?
Oh, yeah. I was always doing a bit of hair because I had the skill set to do it.
I think as well, if you're working out, if you're like in like Spain or somewhere like that, like there's always a shortage. Like I remember whenever I worked in Greece, there was, you couldn't have got a barber, you couldn't have got a hairdresser for loving their money. So there was always that avenue as well, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Working,
I think if you've got a skill, you can do it anywhere you go.
Aye, that's right.
And I just found all this education on curly hair and realised that there was a real shortage of hairdressers that could actually style natural curls.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of curly clients that go to hair salons and they'll be walking towards, the stylist will be walking towards them and they can see the fear in their eyes because they're like, oh crap, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Or they just like, oh yeah, well, we just straighten it today. Like that's so like, that's such a common thing that curly hair people see and hear and pass on to me. And actually, a lot of them leave with their hair wet because they're like, no, I don't want my hair blow dried. I like to wear it curly, but stylists don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So that's where I come in. So all of my clients leave with their hair dry. They don't have to go home and wash it after they've paid to have it done in the salon. Yeah. They leave looking and feeling the best version of them.
And that's your real specialty then, curly hair? Yeah. But do you do all types of...
I do straight head brides. Yeah. So if they like boho, plaits, very kind of free, loose, again, just kind of quite natural hair, that's what I love doing. Yeah. I don't do Hollywood waves. They're a very popular bridal style. They're just not for me. If anyone is looking Hollywood waves, I'm not the person to go to. I will recommend any number of amazing stylists that are great and can do them excellently. I'm just all about the curly.
And I suppose now a bride would probably know a lot more about hair than I would know about hair.
Oh yeah.
But do you get brides as well that maybe don't know what sort of style they want? They maybe want something different for the wedding. Are you able to advise them on that, or what would be your sort of process on that?
I find most brides don't really have a clue until they've got their dress and they've worked out what the vibe is for the day. Yeah. And then some brides will kind of think, oh, I'm going to wear my hair up. But actually when she goes out on a night out or when she goes out on date night, she never wears her hair up. So why would you wear it down on the day? You want to look the best version of you and just feel like yourself, just better. So that's where I come in. I can help tease out those like bits of information and we can put together a style.
And I'm right in saying as well now at weddings there could be, you know, two different hair. There could be a hair change during the day. Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah, we can totally
popular,
do second
isn't it?
looks. Yeah, absolutely.
That's popular.
I've had a couple of brides in the last year want to do second looks. So I basically have 3 packages available. One's turn up, do hair, get out of the way because not everyone wants a hairdresser hanging around. The other one's a little bit more, you get a little bit more VIP treatment. And I'll stay with you until you've got your dress on, walk to the top of the aisle with you, make sure you're fluffed and everything's perfect. And then I have my VIP package, which then can include a second look. And I'll literally stay with you all day and make sure your hair's perfect.
Right.
From the minute I arrive to the minute I leave.
And I suppose as well with brides that are thinking of booking a hairdresser for their wedding, it's really important as well, early booking, because you're giving away a day. Really, if you're doing a full day, you know, you have a salon, obviously, or you're
I actually have a home studio, so I'm home based. But yeah, I'm a full time hairdresser. There's actually been a real flurry of last minute bookings. People seem to be going, "Oh, we're getting married, and we're getting married in 6 months."
Yeah,
I'm kind of a little bit different because I'm salon based. But also, I don't take on hundreds of bookings a year. I take on 30 to 40 bookings. So I have a little bit more flexibility with my diary for someone that's short notice. But I have 2026 bookings because people are organised. So it kind of just depends, I suppose, where people are with their planning.
Yeah, but it is something that's worth booking.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially if you want, I always say that them sort of key dates in May, the Junes, the Julys, Augusts.
Absolutely.
They're key dates that just go there. Like there's I know even in my own diary, there's dates in July that I could sell out 15 times because they're just such a popular date.
Well, I think for July this year, I've already had to turn away 5 brides for the dates I already have booked. So absolutely.
It just shows you.
Plan ahead if you're planning ahead, and if you're short notice, work out who you want and contact them as soon as possible, because there's so many amazing stylists in Northern Ireland. But they're all going to be booked on the popular dates. But it's really about booking someone, and maybe it's different for you because obviously what you do, but because there's so much choice for hairdressers, look at who creates the style you want. Yeah, is their feed full of images?
And I suppose that's really important as well, to really look, you know, a wedding's different from any, I suppose for, like, am I right in saying it's different from just going to get your hair done on a Saturday or something? Like it's, you know, so really look about and find something that maybe might not be your normal, you know.
Absolutely.
Because a wedding is something different, isn't that right?
I do refer to myself as a specialist, and the reason I say I'm a specialist is because I do constant education around bridal styling and around curls and colour. It's literally all I do is curls and bridal. I'm not a hairdresser that does all the different things for all the different people. I don't do men's hair unless they're curly. So I did have a couple of grooms last year that were curly grooms. So I prepped them.
You're saying we could have tried a curling my hair.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if your hair's curly, absolutely. And I have a bride that's booked me for this year, and she has booked me because she likes my wedding styles. Yeah. But also because a groom has curly hair. Right. So I then can do the groom's hair the day before the wedding, have it all prepped and styled so that then they wake up on their wedding day, their hair's great too.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's about just, if you're curly and you want great hair, I'm the woman.
And am I right in saying as well, so like, would you be doing the bridal party, or what way does that work? Or what?
Well, it very much depends on how many people there is. I have a second stylist that will come and help. If there's any more than a number of people. But sometimes I say more bridesmaids, more problems.
Yeah.
So keep your wedding party the people you love and care for, and don't just invite everybody.
Yeah. And of course you are award winning now, isn't that right? So
multi-award winning, you know? Yes.
So tell us about some of the awards. You've got some
well, I've won Bridal Hairstylist of the Year since 2020 4 times. Obviously, I won the Wedding Help Hairstylist of the Year, that was voted by the suppliers, which was such a compliment. There's
such a great night too. Like
it was amazing.
I love the awards nights.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was so nervous the whole night. Like so.
I know. I mean, you were up on stage.
I had so much pressure just the whole night. And do you know what? I'd only sort of like even the winners and stuff, because people were saying to me that day, I'm on for. I honestly was just doing that, I was getting the names.
Yeah.
As I was
that's
reading
the way
them.
it should be.
I was going, no, because you were thinking, what if I don't know names and stuff? So it was one of them nights.
Yeah.
It was like that,
It was brilliant. I've also won texture stylist, afro stylist, curl specialist of the year with a UK wide award 3 years in a row. So I'm not just noticed and recommended and award winning in Northern Ireland at their UK wide awards.
Very good, very good.
Which is an amazing compliment.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So does. How long's your business been established, sort of doing weddings?
Well, I've always done a few weddings here or there since I was 19.
Yeah.
But I think I've really kind of thrown myself into them in the last 4 years. They just make me so happy.
Yeah.
To spend the morning with a bride on the most magical day of her life to that point is just a magical thing. On a wedding morning, I will create timelines so that everyone knows where they need to be.
Yeah.
I'll contact the makeup artist, the photographer to make sure the timelines all work with what they're planning. And I'm just able to make sure that a wedding morning is a beautiful experience for a bride.
Is there any sort of consultations or something? What way does it work with a bride there? If they're coming to meet you, what way does that work? Because I know it's probably one of the most important things.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
a bride. How they look on their wedding morning.
Yeah.
It's just so important.
Oh, totally.
So what way does your consultation process? What way does that work?
So to start with, what I get is the brides to obviously contact me with a date, and once I've confirmed I'm available, we do a discovery call. It's kind of like a Tinder date.
Right.
Where you're making sure that
it's been a few years now since I'm married, but it's been a few years since I was on Tinder. But go for it.
I actually met my boyfriend on Tinder, so we've been together 7 years. There are fabulous stories for it. But basically, you're working out if I'm her vibe.
Yeah.
Does she like how I am? Do we do we just get on? That's so important.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than booking someone and then once you've spent time with them, you're like,
And I suppose
not
even
about that person.
The bride has that confidence in you as well.
Yes,
then.
absolutely. And that's what when I do my discovery call, that's what I say. This is about making sure we're each other's vibe, making sure that you trust and believe in what I'm saying. And that's why you would book me.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And then once we've done our call, I'll send them a quote over. Then they can have 3 days to kind of decide what they want to do. And once they've confirmed they want to book, they send a deposit and that's them in my diary.
And should a bride be coming to you beforehand, for sort of building up to the wedding or anything? If there's
totally.
Do callers, am I right in saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm talking but I'm just adding things that I sound educated, don't I? Say colours and stuff. They maybe bring their hair back to a different colour and stuff. Is that something?
Yeah, they totally can. So I don't really take on new colouring clients, even if they are brides. If they're curly haired and they really want to learn how to get better curls, then I will absolutely come and get your hair done. I do a curly transformation appointment. So it's almost like a 2-hour appointment where we trim the hair and I spend the next kind of hour and a half teaching them step by step the importance of different features and how important water is and why you need a gel if you want your curls to hold past a day. It's just a real information intensive kind of appointment. And then clients can then book in on the run up. I also, for curly brides, for all brides that book, but it's mainly curly brides that take up the offer. Yeah. I do a pre-wedding day prep. So the day before the wedding, they come down to the salon. Or if they're getting married, say I had a bride in Cavan, got married last year. So I travelled down to Cavan the night before and did the pre-wedding day prep. So she washes her hair, I style it, diffuse it, and then it almost 99% guarantees that when they wake up the next day, their curls are good and ready to go. No frizz, and they look fabulous because it's all in the prep. when it comes to bridal hair, and that's curly and straight.
Yeah, and I was going to touch on travel there. So you were saying, Cavan, like you don't mind traveling, you'll go anywhere.
Oh,
like,
I'll go anywhere.
You're happy enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like,
and I suppose what's something like, you know, you do lots of different styles. What's something like curly hair? That's your specialist thing.
That's so like my specialist mastermind subject.
You could be traveling anywhere to do that style as such. Is that right?
I'll go anywhere. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you're like, I've got quite a few beach hill weddings this year, and they're all curly. That's right
beside me. So
I love beach hill.
It's a beautiful venue.
I also like Clandy is the closest venue between it and Orange Tree. So I do local weddings too, but I'll travel anywhere.
Aye.
Like if you want me to get on a plane and go to Spain, just you let me know. I'm there with belts on.
I know. Do you know what I always said as well? I touched on in another episode the abroad. Have you done any abroad yet?
No, I'd love to.
I done one in Italy last year. So it was amazing. Like, you know, and like I'll tell you, like honestly, book me for your wedding in Italy. I'm more than happy. I'm there. I'm here.
Yeah, Spain,
I'm ready
Portugal,
to go. You know,
Thailand. I'm there with bells on. Just you let me know.
It is something as well, and I think couples, you know, they don't realize as well. Fenders don't mind traveling. They don't mind, you know, traveling to do something because you're looking maybe something that but specialist.
Yeah.
So it is there as well for you, so it is.
Well, one of the things I heard when I did a wedding fair at Beach Hill, lots of people were saying we're struggling to find a hairdresser that'll travel. And I said,
there you go.
You're speaking to hairdressers that work in salons. If you find a bridal specialist that does wedding hair as their job, they will travel anywhere.
Yeah, I think as well with, you know, like I'm very local to the Beach Hill, but and like I would do a lot of weddings on it. The Beach Hill's a funny venue because it's not locals get married in the beach.
I know.
It's never, you know, it's always sort of out of town wedding. Like, why a lot of Tyrone weddings and any weddings.
It's the getting married in the forest. That's the beautiful thing.
You know, and I probably, you know what, I'm just saying curly hair in the forest. No, it's all dreamy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, one of my last Beach Hill wedding, the groom was curly and the bride was straight. So I had done them both.
Oh, brilliant.
And then, it was just amazing.
Brilliant. We're going to go on now. So I've got lots of questions, okay?
Oh, go on, hit me.
This is all your personal questions. We're going to find out the real you can. So what character of TV would you want to be? What character of TV would you want to be? You can be any character. Who is it?
Oh my God. The first, I like Chandler Bing.
So you are Chandler Bing from Friends?
I don't know, but that's the first name that came. I do his, you know, when someone tries to take a picture of me, I do a Chandler Bing face, you know, where you're like,
right.
I just can't pose for photos. I don't know if I am a Chandler Bing, am I?
So we're sticking with Chandler Bing.
Okay.
What's your favourite sport?
Oh, I'm not super into sports.
You're like myself. I'm not on the sports.
No. We like walking our dogs, don't we, Everly?
you can see that Chris has wrote most of these questions.
I know Chris has wrote most of these questions. They're not great.
He's wrote them all, to be honest. Favourite reality TV show?
Oh, is it Cake?
Is it Cake?
Yeah, that's what we're watching at the minute.
I've seen the wife watches. Is that where they make these cakes that you don't know they're actually they're like, you know, just random items, and then they cut on, they see if it's cake or if it's not. Is that right?
I also love the Great Pottery Throw Jam? I love ceramics, so I also love that. Yeah.
There we go. Favorite music group or artist?
Oh God, I'm a bit of a music-aholic. Like I own lots of vinyl.
Oh, very good.
So I think I've probably about 1,000 vinyl records, and I don't know how I would pick any particular one. I love like hip hop and R&B. I'm totally tickled by the Kendrick Lamar halftime show currently.
I didn't see it, and also so the day we're recording this is going months time, so people will be saying, but
that's the most recent thing,
I didn't see it, but I heard so many bad reports. But did you enjoy it, or what was your?
I mean, I think well, just on a music level, if anyone's not into his music and not into what he does, then it totally won't have been a great show,
right?
But yeah, it's if you look at all the stuff around why he sang what he sang, it's absolutely hilarious.
So is that your five for music, or what would be your five?
Hip hop, R&B, Motown, Northern Soul. I like a bit of old dance music.
Very good.
One of my favourite songs is Billy Ocean, Red Light Spells Danger.
Brilliant song. We
amazing
can do a duet of it. Red light.
Oh, I'm not singing.
Spells danger.
Yeah, love it.
What do you prefer, indoor concert or outdoor festival?
Oh, festival, because then you would see lots of different acts.
Yeah, and now you get all them styles at the
We
festival.
were recently at Taylor Swift in Madrid, my daughter and I,
did you?
which was amazing.
Amazing. Who's better crack, bride tribe or groom's party?
Well, I don't really see the groom's party, and I assume that they are great crack. I see the grooms. I'm all about the brides. If there's one person hyping up a bride tribe, being there for the bride, being the person that can be like, here, hang on, we're not doing that. It's time to go and get dressed. I mean, the bride's my thing.
Best month for a wedding?
Ooh, I don't know. April, May?
April, May? You're thinking April, May?
Because the weather's been great over the last couple of April, Mays.
Yeah. I think it always starts to get busy April, May, so we're all getting going.
Yeah,
You know,
I get wild soppy as soon as wedding season starts, and start talking to my boyfriend about maybe we should get married, and he's like, oh, good God.
You're seeing all these brides and all. It's just
I get very soppy. Poor Alan's tortured.
Spa break or activity break?
Spa break.
Spa break?
Yeah,
We'll go
absolutely.
for spa break, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Perfect. What's the maddest, funniest thing that's ever happened to you at a wedding?
Oh, I don't even know if I can tell the story.
Of course you can. We're on the Wedding Help NI podcast. It's perfect for it.
I had a bride who was an absolute delight, and her bridesmaids were all a delight. And the mother-in-law was not.
Not so good.
Yeah, she wanted the same hair as the bride. And I'd kind of said, no, that's a bridal style. And obviously the bride was then messaging me going, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And the mother-in-law went and got hair extensions, didn't tell anyone, and then started messaging me privately. And it wasn't the best experience.
Yeah.
And I really felt for my bride.
Oh, goodness.
But sometimes, this is the thing about when we have all the people there we love, sometimes they want something.
I always think with the wedding there can be so much pressure put on the bride, because like I know even whenever I got married, I'd literally done nothing with my wedding. I showed up and
I mean, I think that's fairly typical for men, is it?
But it is, and it really is. But there's a lot of pressure then on a bride that they have a lot to do. But I'm sure, it's stuff like the hairdressers, it's stuff, it's stuff like vendors can be a great support, I think.
Absolutely.
For brides, isn't that
and
right?
I'm always, my number one priority on a wedding day is, what does my bride want? What does my bride need?
Yeah.
I tell my brides at their trial, if you need me to tell someone to pee off, just you give me the nod. I am there. Even
on the Wedding Help Facebook page, you do see brides that come on the event.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
It's hard.
It's a great place I'm not saying you want to see it all the time, but it's a great place to get that bit of advice. So I suppose if you're coming on and you're asking stuff like, what you're saying there, the mother or the bride wanted the same hairstyle.
Oh, mother or the groom.
Mother or the groom wanted the same.
Sometimes the mother or the bride's also a problem, but
you know what I'm saying? So it's a great place to come on and maybe get advice off suppliers and vendors.
Absolutely.
And, to get that bit of help as well.
I'm a big fan of the group. I think it's a great support network, but it's also like all the vendors are cheering each other on. All of the vendors are amazing. I don't think you're making a bad decision being part of the group.
Yeah.
And it's a great place for advice.
I think even the community, the actual community group, it's great for advice as well. And I think that's great for advising ours, or if any of the vendors are looking at advice as well.
Absolutely.
We have that wee bit of backup as well. And with the new website as well.
Very exciting.
It's a very
My big thing I love to support people on is social media. So I do a lot of social media. I'm just about to launch a course teaching other vendors how to actually rock their own social media and work out who they're talking to, because so many people don't know how to use it. And I've spent the last 4 years, as well as learning curls, learning, bridal styles, and making sure I'm top of my game. I'm also learning how to do social media. And now I want to put it into practice to teach people how to do it themselves and show their businesses off to the best. Yeah. Because if you're not doing that, you're not getting seen. But sometimes as well, and that's a great thing, because sometimes vendors, you get caught up in your business, running your business. And you know what? If it's a small business, social media... It's a full-time job. It is. It's a full-time job. So social media and looking after that,
it can be hard to just take the time to do that, because you get caught up in what you're doing in day-to-day business without trying to do
which is where
social media.
I kind of want to come in and be like, let's work out what you need to post about. And make it specific to you. And then you don't, it's less work, because you know, I need to post about this. So I know I need to post about the process of how to book, how to pick a style, what's my specialty, and why you would book me.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, if that's all I'm posting about, then I'm being very consistent and I don't need to think about anything more.
Yeah.
And you're not then paralyzed by the decision of, oh, what do I do now? And oh, I got this video, what do I need to say on it? You know, that's my kind of thing that I'm focusing on for the next couple of months, obviously, as well as weddings. But I just love to help people.
Yeah.
And everyone's in such a great community with the wedding help group that we can all help each other.
Tell us, where can the brides now find out? So we touched on earlier on about their different styles and stuff. Instagram, or where's your sort of go-to place for brides?
Instagram. So I'm at Kim Alexandra Hair for the curly, and then at Kim Alexandra Wedding Hair for my bridal styles.
Right.
My website is kimalexandrahair.com. So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and the website and email.
Perfect. And you're there for advice as well to brides. You'll advise them as well.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're suited to them, or somebody else as well, it's all there.
Well, if someone's coming to me looking a style that I don't do, I will send them to someone else, because I'm not about just taking all the wedding bookings. I'm about making sure that I can give my brides what they need and want on their day and make sure they look and feel fabulous.
Brilliant. I think we've touched on everything today. I think it's been a great episode. Thank you so much. We've been at the Beach Lawns Hotel here in Belfast. Producer Pete, he's been looking after everything. He is the main man, keeps the whole thing running. My name's been Dale Thomas. Thank you so much, Kim. Bye for now.
Thanks, Dale.
Big clap. Hey. Thank you so much.